Hey guys, it's Nina the Nail Nerd. Today I'm going to show you how I did this mermaid tail. I think it's so pretty. I really love this project. I hope you guys enjoy it. This was my first time doing this, but I'm doing a technique I've seen around the internet. It's where you put a little bit of gel polish into your monomer. You just put a couple drops in it and it's supposed to make the acrylic clear but have a little bit of color in it. If you've seen jelly nails, this is how they've done that. I'm using pink, purple, and blue. I want it to be very mermaid-like, and I think those colors are. I also want it to be clear, kind of like the sea. The look I was going for came out perfectly. I just can't describe it. If you guys have words for it, let me know. I'll think of words for it at 2 in the morning when I'm trying to sleep. That's usually what happens. I've been really wanting to do a mermaid tail for a long time. I just haven't been able to do it. And when I started this, I did not think it was going to come out as good as it did. I surprised myself and I really love this. I hope I get to do more things like this. If you guys like 3D sculpting like this, just let me know and I can make more videos. I really want to try to do a butterfly. I think that one would be really challenging. If you guys want to see that, like this video and let me know. If you guys haven't noticed already, I have a big scar on my pointer finger. I got that at work cutting hair. I almost took out a whole chunk of skin, but luckily it reattached, and that's what that is. I also have another video where I'm wearing a band-aid because it was that bad. I had to have it covered for like a good week, and it still hurts a little bit, but it's definitely doing better. I think it's gonna be a pretty gnarly scar though. If you guys notice any more scars on my hands, they're just from cutting hair. The shears that we use are pretty sharp, and I mainly cut hair for a living. I wanted to make the tail really long and my tips weren't long enough, so I took 2 tips and I just glued them together and then I filed it into a pointed shape just like a mermaid tail. I'm just using regular nail glue to do this, nothing special. It's pretty strong. I got this one from Sally's. Any nail glue will do. I also used my tip cutters to start that pointed shape. So I'm using a nail tip holder. That's what I looked up on Amazon anyway when I found it. It's just a tool you can put a nail tip on so that you can do nail art, and then I just use some normal tack that I got from Walmart to stick it on there, and that's how I keep them on that little tool. It's looking like a mermaid tail already, at least that's what I thought. As soon as I get this all shaped up, I will start the scales and show you guys how I did those. The first couple scales I did are clear, and that is because I didn't know you have to mix the gel polish with the monomer every time you pick up a bead. If you don't do that, it just doesn't stay mixed and it doesn't pick up that pigment. I'm creating these scales by giving them kind of a round shape. I didn't want them to be pointed because when I look at mermaid scales, I mostly see round, so that's what I'm doing. I'm also making sure that the back of the scale is really thin and tight onto the nail, and that the end of the scale is thicker. That way it looks like there's a ledge there and it really makes it look more 3D. I do turn the nail to the side so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. I also look at pictures for reference when I do things like this. I never just want to start a project without any kind of knowledge about what I'm trying to create. It was here I figured out that you need to mix the monomer. You can see the pigment in there so much better, and the rest of the scales will come out really pigmented like this. I was getting frustrated there for a little bit because I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong, but the key is just to stir it every time. I'm not going to show every single scale I made because that would take absolutely forever. So I'm going to finish doing the scales, and when I come back we will start the fin. Now that the scales are done and looking beautiful, I might say I'm going to start by drawing out the shape of the fins. I'm going to start by shaping out those scales because I want to make sure that when I put it onto the nail that it's going to fit. I'm using the back of a form, just the leftover paper, because it's waxy and the acrylic isn't going to stick to it. The pen does not draw on this part of the form. I'm just kind of etching into the form so that I have some idea of where to put the acrylic. I also didn't follow the shape of what I drew anyway, just the part that attaches to the nail. I don't know why I did this, but I think it looks good anyway, so I just kind of freehanded it really, and it turned out great by accident. Do you guys ever have projects that turn out like that? Just a complete accident? I really thought this nail was going to turn out kind of wonky, but I really like it. I keep saying that, but it's what happened. So as soon as I get the initial shape drawn out, I just go in with my 3D brush and I lay the acrylic down where I want it to go. I did 3 separate shapes and I just attached the different colored acrylics together. I also made sure to do one side first, and then I tried to copy the shape of that one while I did the other side, and it worked out really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the whole tail, and as soon as I'm done with this, I'll be back and we'll attach the whole thing and really perfect the tail. I'm so excited, guys. I'm also just gonna show me doing one side of the tail. That way the video can go by faster. So now that I'm done with that, I'm just going to go ahead and take kind of a dry bead and put it underneath the nail and then attach the fin. It was really easy to do. If you use a dry bead, it'll dry faster and you won't have to hold it as long. You guys might also notice that I used a blue bead and it turned those two clear scales that were on the very tip of the fin blue, which I thought was kind of cool. After I attached these two pieces together, I had to go in and file just a little bit just to get the shape of the fins right. I think it all is coming together really good. After I filed, I'm just taking a lint-free wipe with some alcohol on it and getting off some of that dust. And then I decided to go through and top coat with clear. I wanted it to be kind of glossy. When I picture fish in my head, I just picture glossiness, and a mermaid's just a half fish, half person, right? I'm really happy with how this turned out. I really want to do more 3D things like this. I have another one planned. Don't forget that I post every other Thursday. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share with your friends. Thank you so much for watching and spending a little bit of time with me. I will see you guys later. Bye!